Then you'd better stay out of her way. Report to Officer Knox and tell her I said you were to work in the garden under her supervision.
Yes, Mrs. Davidson. I hope you don't think I'm involved in this.
Oh, of course not, Meg. I was going to apologise. I'm very sorry for what I said this morning. It's obvious you are too good an officer to allow your personal feelings to interfere with your work.
I must admit it is difficult working with Latham here. Well, I suppose I just have to learn to live with it. The puzzling thing is, who is giving this stuff to Latham?
I have a fairly good idea.
Oh?
But I'm not going to say anything yet, in case I'm wrong. I don't want to have another innocent woman in solitary.
Hello, Angela.
Hello, Greg.
What are you doing here?
I've got some news for one of my clients, Pat O'Connell.
Great one for getting the job done, aren't you? Hope it's worth all the effort.
Oh, I think so. I'll probably end up as Prime Minister one day.
Shouldn't be at all surprised.
You should be prepared to vote for me. After all, I gave you what you wanted by not letting Karen stay with me. I know it was worrying you.
Oh, yes, to be frank, it was.
She'll make a great success of the halfway house.
I'm sure she will.
Anyway, it's up to Karen now what she does with her life, without too much interference from either of us.
Well, I certainly don't intend to control Karen's life.
Good.
Afternoon, Doctor. Hello, Jim. Well, no doubt we'll bump into each other again.
No doubt.
Miss Jeffries, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You waiting for someone or something?
Someone. Pat O'Connell, actually. I gather you're very short-staffed here at the moment.
Yes, we are.
I sent an officer off some time ago to get my client.
Well, you may as well wait in the interview room. I'll escort you there.
That's very kind of you, Mr. Fletcher.
This way, please.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, Mrs. Davidson would like to see you as soon as possible.
Thank you.
I imagine you're very relieved to have Mrs. Davidson back on deck.
Yes, of course. This way, please.
Wonder who Pat's visitor is. Probably her mum. Hope she's brought the kids with her. Pat's dying to see them.
Yeah, well, that lady who came out to see me, she didn't come back, did she?
Perhaps you should have told her some of the good things about your life, not just the bad.
I don't remember many good things, except me mum. She was real good to me.
Then you should have told her about your mother.
She wouldn't have been interested in that.
She might have been. If she wasn't interested in you, she wouldn't have come at all.
Yeah, well, she's not interested anymore, is she? Just wish I'd kept me mouth shut. I must have put her right off. I mean, someone to visit is much better than no one, isn't it?
Hasn't been that long. She might come again.
Big chance.
Where have you been, Lizzie?
Yeah, Mrs. Jackson suddenly took off after you.
I know.
Well, did you get into trouble?
What have you been doing anyway?
Proving that Bee's innocent.
Yeah? What's she supposed to have done?
They reckon that she's trying to poison Chrissy.
Poison her?
Well, and you can prove that she didn't.
Sort of.
How?
Well, you see, I found out what they was looking for this morning. It was some stuff called syrup of ipecac. I looked it up in the medical book. It was pinched from the doctor's surgery, that stuff. And I looked it up in the medical book, and it says that stuff makes you spew.
And they think that Bee's been giving it to Chrissy somehow.
Yeah, but she couldn't have done because that stuff worked straight away, and Chrissy was sick just a while ago.
What, while Bee's been in solitary?
Yeah, so it couldn't have been anything Bee gave her.
Well, who's been doing it then?
I don't know. Wasn't you, was it, Dor?
Oh, no, of course it wasn't. Only I would if I had half the chance.
Strange, though, isn't it?
It's a real bloody mystery.
I wonder if...
You got an idea, love?
Yes. Would it be lagging if I told Mrs. Davidson?
I don't know. What do you reckon, Lizzie?
Oh, I don't know, but we've got to get Bee out of the pound somehow or another.
Right, I'm going to go and tell Mrs.
Oh, but you haven't told us yet? Well, that takes the bloody cake.
Yeah, well, we'll find out later, Lizzie.
Yeah, but that's not now, is it? Where's Pat?
She's got a visitor. Oh, come on, give me a hand.
Well, Pat, I've filed your Form 4 with the family court.
My Form 4?
Yes, your application for dissolution of marriage. The date of hearing will be fixed shortly.
I see.
Oh, come on. Chin up. You know it's necessary.
I don't really believe in divorce. Besides...
Besides what?
My husband, he's not really bad.
You'd have trouble convincing a judge and jury of that.
Oh, I know all that, but he's been good to me and the kids in his own way.
Come on, Pat. This is no time for sentiment. Your husband is going to be in jail for a very long time. Divorcing him means you'll be able to get a parole, and that means you'll be with the kids. And that is the most important thing of all.
Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, when can I see them, Angela? I miss them terribly.
Your mother hasn't been able to bring them to see you?
We haven't been allowed visitors because the officers were on strike.
Oh, yes, I know. Look, I'll organise it for you as soon as I can.
Oh, would you?
Yes.
Oh, you just have to get a message to Mum. She'll bring them in.
Are you going to tell them about the divorce?
Oh, perhaps. They're so young.
It might be better if it came from you.
They love their father.
They're going to be without him for a very long time.
I'll have to tell David. That's the eldest boy.
He's in Pentridge with his father.
Yes.
Well, surely his father will tell him.
I'd like a chance to explain. He'll be very upset. Hope he doesn't think I'm deserting him too.
Oh, Pat, you're not deserting anyone. You have to do what is best for yourself.
With no sentiment.
Exactly.
Don't you ever feel sentiment, Angela?
I've learned to live without it, Pat. Life's much simpler that way.
Simpler? Yes, I suppose it is, but not very warm.
You seem to have settled in quite quickly.
Yes, I like the other women. They've been very kind to me.
I'm glad to hear that. You are not here with a complaint, then?
No. Well, I wanted to talk to you about Chrissy being sick. I don't believe Bee's responsible, and I don't think it's fair she's in solitary.
B. Smith has been released from solitary.
Oh.
But I shall be glad to hear anything that would shed some light on what has been happening.
Well, there was this girl at my school named Julie Kirk. And she wasn't very popular with anyone. She used to bite her nails and never used to wash properly.
Keep to the point, Rosalind.
Yes, Mr. Davidson. Well, Julie used to attempt suicide. She used to take sleeping pills, that sort of thing. But she never really meant to kill herself. She was just trying to get attention. And so I thought that perhaps...
Yes, I see what you thought. Unfortunately, there is no proof in any direction. However, I'm glad you saw fit to come and see me about it. Thank you, Rosalind.
But what's going to happen now that Bee's out of solitary? She's going to be very annoyed, especially with Chrissy.
You don't have to worry about that. I shall deal with it.
They let you out.
Yeah, from here. I reckon they must have. Don't know for how long, though.
Why, what do you mean?
With Chrissy Latham around, I could be spending a lot of time in the pound. The bloody governor reckons if anything happens to Chrissy, I get the blame for it.
Well, they left you out this time, so they can't be blaming you now.
Must have changed their mind. You haven't heard anything?
No, but I've been with a visitor for a while.
I tell you straight, I feel pretty helpless. That Latham bitch can blame me for anything she likes, and they're going to believe her.
Maybe nothing else will happen. Besides, I always reckon that people like Chrissy get their comeuppance in the end without anybody else having to do anything.
Oh, yeah? Divine justice, you reckon?
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, divine justice is what I gave me old man. Look where that got me. I tell you, there's nothing bloody divine about justice in this world. Yeah, what are you looking at?
Oh, photos of the family.
Oh.
This one was taken last year when we were all on holidays at the beach. That's my husband, Eric. And that's my little girl, Emma. She's only 4.
Why she got her face all screwed up?
She got sand in her bathers. She squirmed around like an eel. And Andrew, that's him there, he tried to help by pouring a bucket of water into her bathers. She didn't like that much either.
I wouldn't blame her. Yeah, how old's Andrew?
He's 8. He's a bright boy, very good at his schoolwork.
And who's this big bloke with the beach ball?
That's my eldest boy, David.
He's quite a looker.
Yes, he is a good-looking boy. Takes after his father.
I reckon he looks more like his mum. How come there's so many years difference between the eldest and the next one?
Eric was away from home quite a lot.
You mean like working on the roads or something?
No. Well, he was in the nick for quite a long time.
Well, that's where he is again now, isn't it?
And David, too.
Making quite a family affair of it, eh? Oh, look, I'm sorry, love. I know you're missing them.
Oh, well, it's affecting the kids so badly, Bea. Look, Andrew's normally a lovely boy, but